Good afternoon and welcome back to Me Being Cheap. It is in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, and I have a day off from work. I am actually trying to burn through some PTO. My company has a policy, if you don't use it, you lose it. Now speaking of PTO, this past year I had elected a benefit to actually purchase PTO in hopes of being able to take a longer vacation this summer. That didn't happen. So I actually, during this period of open enrollment, I had to elect to sell back my purchase PTO that I did not use this year. So that's going to be a nice little chunk of change that I can apply to my mortgage pay down. I'm hoping to get that check sometime in December. So I guess that's one good advantage for not taking a vacation. Even though you have the vacation time, you can sell back your purchase PTO. All right, fan mail. I got my first fan mail in the mail. So thank you, Cindy from Arkansas. You know who you are. Thank you for the fan mail. My boys and I really enjoyed receiving that. So if you would like to send us fan mail, we love to get stuff in the mail, cards in the mail or what have you. The mailing address is P.O. Box 283. The city is Oxford, O-X-F-O-R-D. The state is Kansas, that's K-S, and the zip code is 67119. Again, that's P.O. Box 283, Oxford, Kansas 67119. Okay, so what do you do when you have a day off and you don't really have vacation plans? Well, you attend to a lot of business and things that just tend to pile up, but you don't normally get to because you're either working or you're out doing other things. So one thing I did today is I called my car insurance. I had noticed that my bill had gone up from, I think it was about $73.43 a month, and that's to insure 3 vehicles, 2 with liability, 1 with full coverage. It went up from $73 to 43 cents. $73.43 up to $90.24. So that's an increase each month by $16.81. So I called to find out what was going on because I had not had any tickets, I have not had any claims or accidents, and my vehicles had not gained in value. So I called to find out what was going on, and they had actually had insurance rates across the board for everybody. Yay. So not a whole lot I could do about that. They said that the 2 vehicles that had the liability only, that actually increased by $2 and a nickel each. And then the Suburban that has the full coverage on it has increased each month by $12.52. So when you have an older vehicle, you kind of have to do some math and figure, when is it worth it to keep the full coverage and when should you just stop the full coverage and, just go with the liability only. Now we know that we have to have liability because that's what's required. So I'll do a little bit of math here. So we have a 2002 Suburban. Right now we're in the year 2017, so that means that this Suburban is 15 years old. It also has about 225,000 miles on it. So I went over this with the insurance company today. So Kelley Blue Book, that's KBB, private party sale, and this is being a little bit generous. So like in a better than average condition Suburban with that amount of miles in that year, private party sale would be about $3,710. So that's what the Suburban is worth if I were to sell it private party. I have a $500 deductible. Now in Kansas and with my insurance company, if you damage your vehicle, if it gets in a wreck or something like that, if the damage exceeds 80% the value of the vehicle, they will total the vehicle out. So 80% of $3,710 is about $3,000 or so. Anyhow, I have a $500 deductible. So any damage that I do on that Suburban, they would probably total it out, or if we had a hailstorm or anything like that, because in this day and age, it does not take much to get more than $2,000–3,000 worth of damage to a vehicle, and then you're toast. So I could self-insure through this, but I know that if my vehicle gets damaged or if I get into an accident, I'm probably looking at getting in the neighborhood of about $3,200, maybe $3,000, you know, however they just do the adjusting at the time. So this is what I would get, and I know that I would have to pay the $500 deductible in order to get that. So what I look at is right now, for the full coverage, it costs $642.72 for the year. The liability portion of this insurance, and we have to have the liability portion, it's $270.64 for the year for the liability only. So the part that I'm paying for the comprehensive is $372.08, or about $31 a month. So at this point, I think I am willing to pay $372 a year if my vehicle were to get damaged or in an accident, knowing that I would get that much back. So I'll probably reconsider this next year. You know, maybe the value of the Suburban drops down a little bit more, maybe the price increases, and maybe it's just not worth it. So with my emergency fund of 3 to 6 months, which mine is closer to 6 months, I could self-insure. So if I were to go out, cancel my insurance, just have the liability only, go out, wreck my Suburban, I could go out and buy another one that's equivalent, if I could find one, for $3,710. I could do that, or I could just continue to purchase the insurance, and it's costing me $31 a month. So it's all about shifting the risk. You know, this time of year, I think probably what's most likely would be hit a deer, and that could easily do a lot of damage. I try to be careful. I think most everybody tries to be careful. It's not like we're looking to hit deer, but that's a possibility. The other thing that I also worry about is there seems to be a large number of people that drive without insurance. So anyhow, so that is the decision I made. I did spend some time on the phone with the insurance company. So my insurance has gone up by about $16 a month. Okay. Other things to save money. I've got a whole thing for you today. I don't know if you can see this. This is what's left over when you strain your frying oil through a paper towel and a colander. This is a colander. It's a nice colander. I actually got this over in England. It's not plastic. It's actually made of pottery. It's a ceramic one, and it's handmade. So it's kind of cool. And then just collect it in a bowl. And then if you will do this, it does a couple things. One, it keeps from wasting food items, and it also keeps this out of the trash, because this is oil. Even though it's a vegetable product, it still has to be processed. But your cooking oil actually costs money, and you can actually filter the particles out, and then I just put this in a mason jar and put it in the fridge. If you leave it out on the counter with any oil, it tends to get old and could get rancid. But if you keep it in the fridge, it'll stay fresh. So that'll save you some money, and also help with the environment. Put that over to the side. Also, on my list of things to do today, this is the kids' pumpkin. We did not get around to carving jack-o'-lanterns this year. So, I need to cook down the pumpkin, and I'll vacuum seal it after I puree it and put it in the freezer. Now, what I don't know is how good this will taste. I usually buy sugar pumpkins or the pie pumpkins. They're the little round ones, and they taste better, I'm assuming, because that's what they're intended for. This is a field pumpkin for jack-o'-lanterns, and I don't know if it's going to taste okay or not, but we'll try it and see. And you know, definitely give the rinds and the cuttings and the seeds to the chickens. So that's also on my list to do today. Okay, now I did some shopping, and Dillon's, which for many of you is Kroger, has started to put their baking goods on sale, and that includes butter. And I was following the prices last year, had all my prices organized in an app on the phone, and then my data just got wiped. So just kind of pulling this information from my head and just, you know, years of experience of shopping. The brand name butter, that's the Land O'Lakes, it was actually on sale for $2.50, which is a good price. And a lot of times they'll put their generic butter on sale for $2.50. But they were out, and you have to buy it in multiples of 10. And I had intended on buying 20. That would be enough for the year, and butter does freeze well. You could just pop it in the freezer and then take it out when you need to use it. I did get a rain check. So when you are shopping and you go and there's an excellent deal on something and you want it, and you go and the shelf is clear, especially, you know, when you have to buy in the high quantity to get the discount, be sure to ask for a rain check. Now, the only disadvantage to this is that Kroger or Dillon's, they'll only give you 10 on the rain check. That's their policy. My intentions were to buy 20. They are running the same sale on the butter this week. I will go to the store and hopefully they have it. Go ahead and buy my 10, and then, you know, maybe next month go back and pick up the other 10 using the rain check. Also, they had Swanson's broth on sale for 50 cents a can. That's good. The store brand usually runs more than that. However, they were out of the chicken stock. I bought the last few cans. I was wanting a flat of them, and that would actually be a year's worth for me. And it's helpful to be able to pick them up for 49 cents a can, because that's half price. So over the course of the year, if you were to go, not only would you actually have to make the trip to the store to get the broth or the butter or what have you, but then you're paying full price for it. It's better to buy the stuff on ahead of time when it's on sale and have it on hand, so you don't find yourself running out of stuff and then having to go to the store and paying full price. So I did pick up a couple rain checks, one for the butter, one for the chicken stock. So talk a little bit about savings. The flour, this year I paid $1.29 for the flour, and I went back and watched my video from last year around this time. They actually had the flour for 99 cents. I've not seen flour that cheap anywhere this year, so I went ahead and I bought flour at $1.29. Now, I'm going to be a little bit sad if next week or the week after if they lower that price down to 99 cents, because then I would have spent 30 cents more a bag. But I'll show you what all I did. Hopefully you can see this. I actually bought 12 5-pound bags of flour. Last year I only bought 6, and I ran out about halfway through the year, so I was actually having to go and buy flour at full price. So this year I decided I would get double the amount of flour. Now what I do is I usually will keep that in the back of my Suburban. It gets cold at night. That's enough to kill the bugs. If it's not cold where you are, you can actually pop the flour into your freezer for about a day or so. That way all the critters get killed. And then what I do is I take it out, let it come to room temperature, and then I will wrap these in the grocery sacks and put some tape around it, and that prevents any bugs from getting into it. I have been doing this for years and have not had any problems with bugs getting into the food. Some of the other sales, again, this is the broth over here, the Swanson broth. I did get a flat of beef broth, and I use that for making stews and beef and noodles. And then there's chicken broth, and I use that for making soups and chicken and noodles. I also make my own chicken broth, but sometimes I don't have any of that on hand, so it's helpful to have the cans. So this is about, or this will be about a year's worth for the cooking that I do. So that'll keep me from having to go to the store and pick that up at full price. I have another flat here. It's a cream of chicken soup. I actually prefer the Campbell's over the store brand. And that would be the store brand from Save-A-Lot, because I can get that one a little bit cheaper. I do prefer the Campbell's, and they had this on sale for 50 cents, which is a good price. I think I was watching my video last year, and they had it on sale for 68 cents. I also had a digital coupon that gave me some money off of these soups for buying 4. So this is cream of chicken. I know that this isn't the greatest stuff to be eating, but there are an awful lot of recipes that call for this. So it is what it is. Not the healthiest thing as far as ingredients. Oh wait, that's cream of mushroom. Did buy a few cans of cream of mushroom too. My kids aren't a fan of that. We have chicken stock, modified food starch, vegetable oil, wheat flour, chicken meat, cream, chicken fat, contains less than 2% of salt, whey, flour, MSG, soy protein, concentrate, yeast extract, flavoring, beta-carotene for color, soy protein isolate, sodium phosphate, chicken, celery extract, sunflower oil, onion extract, and butter. So not real wonderful, but not terribly bad. I'm not sure what soy protein concentrate is supposed to be. And sodium phosphate. Those are the ones that kind of have me a little bit worried the most. But anyway, not that big of a deal. So today on my day off, I get to package up all of this flour and carry it downstairs to the pantry and do a little bit of cleaning down there. I do want to point out some coupons that I've gotten in the mail recently. This has been pretty cool. I have a coupon here for a free bag of cat treats. Actually has my name on it. Not sure how I got signed up for that. Maybe because my cat went to the vet recently. That's the only thing I can think of. Pretty excited about this coupon. There's actually 2, and this is for Axe, and it's for a free bottle of shampoo and a free bottle of body wash. So my boys like to use those products, so that's nice. This one also has my name on it. That's pretty cool. And then because I have one of the Dillon's cards or the Kroger cards, they will send you custom coupons in the mail. And I have to laugh at this one. Free Kroger peanut butter, which is kind of funny because I think it was last month I just bought 24 things of peanut butter. So I'll go ahead and get the free peanut butter. I won't be using it anytime soon. It'll probably end up being donated to the food pantry. But there's a lot of coupons. I could have used this $1 off of Campbell's when I bought all that soup. That would have been nice. But oh well. Right. One other thing, I have to give a shout out to the lady ahead of me in the checkout line. She gave me this coupon for $2 off your next purchase. She thought maybe I could use it, so she gave it to me, but this is actually $2 off of produce, which I was not doing any produce shopping the other night when I went to the store. So I will actually use this probably this weekend when I go and buy some cabbage and daikon. If I make the kimchi this weekend, I'll have to buy some some veggies to make it with. So shout out. Thanks, lady, for paying it forward. She said somebody had paid it forward for her, gave her a $5 coupon. So maybe I might have the opportunity to pay it forward as well. Okay, that's it in a nutshell. Oh, wait, I need to tell you about my update here. So for the month of October, I was able to pay an additional $1,266.06. So overall, I'm slightly above the $21,000 mark as far as extra that has been paid on my mortgage. I did spend some time on the phone this morning with the bank trying to get my login for my electronic banking reset. I want to confirm the balance of the mortgage since I've been making some extra principal payments. Kind of get up to date on that. I probably haven't checked that in about 4 months because my login has been messed up. But I feel like I am starting to make some progress. Again, that PTO buyback, that's going to help out. And then I believe we actually have 3 pay periods in December, so that will help because one of those will probably entirely go towards mortgage payoff. The only thing is that this tends to be a bit of an expensive time of year. I've got 2 boys, they've got birthdays around this time of year, and then we also have Christmas. And usually there's a little bit of travel involved with the Christmas, you know, going to see family. So there's some extra expenses that happen. But again, that's no surprise. Christmas and birthdays happen every year. But I may not be able to put as much as I had hoped towards the debt. But making progress, and we'll get there. All right. Would love to hear your thoughts. If you've got any comments, please leave it below the video in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you've liked this. If you have not done so already, please subscribe. And again, we love getting fan mail. So please feel free to send us a card or a letter in the mail. And I'll give you a shout out on my next video. All right, take care. Have a great day.